Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to talk about naming organic compounds. So let's look at some examples. Here in this compound, the first thing we have to do is identify the functional group. A functional group is a specific group. After that, we name our compound. A compound with a certain functional group shows similar behaviors or properties in reactions. Our functional group is alcohol here. I have given a list of functional group with their suffixes according to the priority order in the description box below. Now that we have our functional group, we will look for a double bond. If we don't find any, we'll move on to find a triple bond. Then we find our longest carbon chain. In this case, we have no double bond or triple bond. So we number our carbon chain, which has 6 carbon atoms, and when we will number the carbon chain, we'll always want to give our functional group the lowest number. So we write the name Hexane because we have 6 carbon atoms, and then we see the alcohol group is on the carbon number 1, so we write Hexane 1-ol. Now in the second compound, here we go in the same order. We have alcohol as our functional group, and we have no double or triple bond. We find our longest carbon chain that has 6 carbon atoms. So we name Hexane, and the lowest number possible for the alcohol group is 3 here, so we have Hexane 3-ol. Let's do another example. Here we have 2 functional groups, amine and alcohol. So when we have more than 1 functional groups, we have to give one the priority. Alcohol gets prioritized over amine, which means amine will be considered as a substituent here. Look at the list given in the description box. It's listed according to the priority order. Now here we have no double or triple bond, so we determine the longest carbon chain in such a way that our alcohol gets the lower number. So the parent name Hexane, and we add 3-ol because alcohol is at carbon number 3. Now we have a substituent here, so we put the substituent name at the beginning, that is 2-amino. We use amino as the prefix when we have it as a substituent instead of functional group. Now look at another example. First we find our functional group, which is alcohol again. Then do we have a double bond here? We have. And time to determine the longest continuous carbon chain, which is numbered here as our alcohol group gets the lowest number, and we have 6 carbon atom chain. So we write hex, and because we have a double bond, meaning alkene, at carbon 3, we name this hex 3-ene, and we add 2-ol as our functional group alcohol is at carbon 2. Now, do we have a substituent? We do. That is chlorine. So we write this at the beginning. Chlorine is at carbon 2, thus it is 2-chlorohex 3-ene 2-ol. Remember, we put hyphen between letters and numbers and comma between 2 numbers. You will see in the next example. Remember one other thing. Even if we don't have a functional group, we always follow the order that we used till now. No functional group means you have to find a double bond, then triple bond, and so on. If we don't have any functional group or double bond or triple bond, then you have to find the longest carbon chain and then substituents. So in this compound, our functional group is ketone. We have a double bond here. Our longest carbon chain has 7 carbons. We have 2 substituents named methyl group at carbon 6 and 2 more chlorine substituents at carbon 4 and 5. As we have seen, we start the name with substituents in the previous examples. We write 4,5 dichloro, di because we have 2 chlorine atoms. Then we write 6,6 dimethyl, and the parent chain, that means the carbon backbone, is hept as we have 7 carbon, and because we have a double bond at carbon number 4, we write 4-ene, and finally our suffix of the functional group is 2 on. Chlorine comes before methyl because when we have different substituents, we write them in their alphabetical order, like C comes before M in this case. In this compound, you also see that two chlorine groups are on the opposite side of the double bond. We call this situation trans. If the groups were on the same side, they would be called cis. I will tell you more about the cis, trans, and other stereoisomerism that you need for naming in the next video. So to summarize, you need to follow these 5 steps to name any organic compound. Identify the functional group. To find the double bond or triple bond, you need to determine the longest continuous carbon chain. You need to look for the substituents. Then finally you have to determine the stereoisomerism, which is cis or trans. And there may be R and S also when you have a stereocenter. We will discuss it in the next video. So I hope you guys liked my video, and I will see you next time.